All right, now it's time to take a look at the stories on the front pages of the national dailies today. And with us in the studio to do it with us is the editor-in-chief of CKN News, Chris Kehinde Nwandu. Good morning to you and thank you for
joining us. Good to be here once again.
Chris.
Good
nice
morning.
to see you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Nice to be here.
All right, so we'll start off with the Nation newspaper. The major story here. Buhari delays trip to stop Oyegun's extension plot. With a rider, President for NEC meeting. Oh, another one. Chair pins hope on Lalong's report. Just yesterday, I was talking to analysts and asking if the Oyegun supporters would just go down like that without giving it a fight after the governors declared their support for the stance of the president. Now, with this new twist to the old drama, what do you foresee?
I'm surprised that I hope President Buhari will be afraid of Oyegun, Chief Oyegun, chairman, outgoing chairman. I use the word outgoing chairman, who has less than 2 months to the end of his tenure. But suffice that we have to understand that it's all about 2019, and the president want to take any chances. You know, the governors initially supported Oyegun against the president for their own selfish reasons anyway, because it's a survival the procedure for them now. Everybody wants to survive. They also want to keep their own men in place for 2019. The president also wants to get, but then it was a question of who blinks first. And it's so obvious that the president had his way. He's the president. Don't forget also that the leader of the party has already said that the allegation for the chairman was unconstitutional and they were going to run into problems. So I think the president doesn't want to take chances, and if he's staying back to make sure that the governors are going to match their words with action. All well and good. So it doesn't cost him. He's going to spend another 1 week in Nigeria before traveling. All well and good. It's just for him to survive. And so let's wait and see what plans are. But I think it's a done deal. The governors have agreed with the president that there's going to be a convention that's going to usher in new executives for the...
Well, the national chairman seems not to be taking this line, though. At the meeting they had just yesterday, and some questions were asked about setting up of a committee. The members asked if the meeting was to set up committee for the Congress, and he said, that is not why we are here. Let us wait for the outcome of the advisory committee on tenure elongation, meaning that he's still hopeful.
The chairman derives his power from 2 people, the president and the governors. And once those 2 are out of the equation, there is nothing he can do. Don't forget there was somebody, Bisi Akonde was there. And ordinarily everybody was even expecting, I was personally was expecting Bisi Akonde. He was acting.
Yes.
Before the whole thing, before the merger and the Atlantic. I was expecting him to go ahead to, you understand, but the man honorably left before Oyegun. And even Oyegun wasn't even in the picture. Actually, when he started, he wasn't in the picture. He was the least candidate. But because the powers that be wanted him, and that was what happened. So I think
people expected Tommy Kimmy at the time.
That is what I was saying. That I say he wasn't even in the picture. You know, that was why Tommy Kimmy left for PDP again. So,
but it's quite interesting, though. But let's see how things go. But they have said, well, he has the right to contest at the convention. So he goes, and then we see other players now coming up, you know, into the contest. From what the reports that's been bandied around that we're seeing, more names are going to come up again.
Absolutely.
Who will contest at the convention. So let's watch and see.
So let's go to the top of the paper on the left. Robbers kill 4 policemen, 6 others in Kwara, 4 banks raided in Ofa, and it was part of our stories on the news updates as well.
Very
sad incident.
Very sad. Actually, I had about 6, not 4. And when you see the pictures flying around social media, those are kid customers and the rest of them, it's heartbreaking. And sorry to say that Otta has always, that offer, consistently has always been in the picture. Only that for some time now we've not had that. And this guy operated for almost hours, and there was no security challenge. When the police finally came in, the people had to attack them. I spoke with the spokesman of the media aides, SA Media, to the governor last night during our bulletin, and Dr. Femi Akorede, and he said the state governor was so devastated by what happened that the investigation is on. I think they should be able to nip it in the bud. It was so terrible. It must have been some level of security lapses, okay? And that reinforces what some of us have been saying. It seems the police is overwhelmed, because if those guys operate and kick 6 policemen at a stretch like that, then something is very definitely wrong. So I think security agencies within states should try to reinforce that. All the security agencies should be aided and equipped more to handle issues. And the problem is that once it starts like that, there's a tendency for it to continue. So all the other parts of the state should be well secured. But my heart goes out to the families of those that were killed. All
right, 6 NEMA directors suspended over 2.5 billion naira fraud. Again, I just want to run through the stories because of time. Ohaneze Defense Ekwere Madu. New tool brings world-class medical services to Abuad. And then there is this one, the pictures. Vandalized pipe spills fuel in Lagos community, and there are pictures of residents at Isheri Oshun in Lagos running around with jerrycans
we never
containers to scoop.
We never learned.
This happened. This used to happen in the 90s.
It used to happen in the 90s.
We thought we had gone past all this.
There was one that, the one that happened one time at the time, that you see charts, bodies of human beings, and over close to about 200, 300 were killed and rest of it. I don't know whether it's sheer poverty or I don't know, where people will see such things and know that their life is in danger and they continue going after that. I think the NPC should do something quickly. And also, this brings us to the question that most of these pipelines should be moved away from residential houses. But it's not their fault, because most of those pipes were dug across places that were not inhabited, but because of development and expansion, people are now moving to those areas. It's very, very dangerous. I think the NPC should quickly do something about it.
Yeah. All right. Melai heads for Supreme Court. Omishore's men, others dump PDP.
Well, the Dino Melai is
it's a revolving door. It's a revolving door.
All right, let's move to the Punch newspaper now. 24 killed in fresh herdsmen attacks on Benue community. A Reps caucus is revealing that lawmakers decry suspension of military operation in the state. There seems to be something going on in Benue that so many Nigerians don't seem to understand. If you ask officials there, they say, well, the soldiers, they have left. They're no longer there. The operation is no longer, the exercise is no longer, the operation is no longer as effective. Soldiers are leaving the place. But the government will tell you, well, everything is under control.
I've seen this as a conspiracy theory. For me, it seems that there is a calculated attempt to be able to, I don't know what their reasons are. Initially, we were blaming the police, that the police weren't doing enough. The military were drafted, and now we are hearing that the military, and every operation, if they're going to be any withdrawal, then the military should have told us. But it's not like the herdsmen activity, the killing has stopped, so why would they want to move out? So, and if they are moving out, where are they moving to? Are they moving to Taraba? Are they moving to Plateau? We have so many. What we have now is internal war. Okay? What we have now is an internal war against ourselves. And since the police seems to be helpless, the only option we have is the military. And if we now end up not getting the necessary help from the military, then we are doomed. Okay, and the more reason why
even beyond all of this, the issue of trust is there, because anywhere there are crises and then you see a military official or an official's security personnel, you're supposed to be comforted to know that okay, there's going to be normalcy here, or there's going to be safe. You're going to be safe.
Yeah, exactly. But if you come to, it seems that politics is coming to play in the activities of the military, which is very, very wrong. You hear what the revered general T.Y. Danjuma said. That was the former chief of army staff and the chief of defense staff too. Somebody that knows it all. For him to come up publicly and say that the military have taken upside that, so I don't know whatever to say. But the buck still, as I normally say, the buck still stops at the table of the president. People are killed, the president will be held responsible.
Okay, so let's move faster on this. So, Ondo pregnant women protest against increase in antenatal fees.
Yeah, that's the bad one. Yes,
it's a really sad one. And the pictures of all of that.
It's a very sad one. I know that the former governor is Mimiko, a doctor. I was in Odo several times, and even the governor took me around and showed me, if you see some of the first-class hospitals that they built, especially to stem the mortality rate that was prevalent, that was reduced drastically. Women were pregnant, women were even now coming from other states, not even on those states, and for
to get medication.
That is the least the government can do for the people, so they should be able to look into
and
that.
And it's because it's things like this that is making pregnant women to even seek cheaper alternatives.
That is what I'm saying. That's mortality. That's why we have. That's why I talk about the mortality rate. That's why they look for.
Because it seemed like at least you have been researching into this issue. It seemed like women are going back to the days of giving birth to children. You know, the local traditional birth attendants and all of that.
Just because it's become too expensive for them to do, and through that they endanger their lives and the lives of the children.
Let's just touch all of this. Subsidy on petrol now 1.4 trillion naira per year, says federal government. It seems they're admitting now that there's subsidy in the first place. Federal government repaired $2.8 million worth of ship with $18 million. That's late MT Mbo. He wrote a biography. He was a former minister of foreign affairs in Nigeria. And then an Italian arrested for killing Nigerian wife and daughter. 6 policemen, 6 others killed in Offa bank robbery. And PDP, APC trade words over $1 billion equipment for military. Fund meant for APC campaign, PDP is saying that. And diverting money is PDP's job, says APC.
It will continue.
All right, so just go to the Vanguard quickly. The major story here. Rep on $1 billion for arms procurement. There will be trouble if Buhari approves $1 billion without National Assembly. Commence action against Buhari now. PDP charges National Assembly. Unlike PDP, $1 billion Boko Haram fund not meant for 2019 polls. That's the APC defending the government.
Yes, I don't know. Approved. I don't think, if it's approved, it has not been released, I believe. So they should wait, tarry a while. The president might probably do the right thing by sending this thing to the National Assembly for them to have it, because no matter how the president feels, no money should be released or could be released without the approval of the National Assembly. So I think
especially that kind of amount.
That is 360 billion. So that's a huge amount. And my take on that is that, irrespective of what PDP is saying or what APC is saying, is that I think there should be the money. They have been talking about equipment. What of the human capacity? What of the soldiers? What are the morals? How well are they motivated? How well are they really motivated? So if you can have all the equipment in the world, if you have some set of soldiers and the people that are going to use it that is not well motivated, then it's as useless. So I think the welfare of the soldiers should be looked into. 11 of them were killed in Kaduna recently. What has happened? Their family taken care of? Have them been compensated?
All right.
We even hear some of them killed in Benue and a few other places.
So I think while they are equipping the army, they should also make sure that the personnel are also well taken.
All right, so let's just run through the remaining stories. Fuel price under recovery on petrol rises to 1.4 trillion naira. Kachuku speaking there. I don't have a hidden religious agenda, Buhari tells northern pastors. Gas flare, acid rain still haunt Niger Delta. That's paint years of oil exploration. We come down to the paper. Same story on the pregnant women here. Pregnant women block hospital protest 300% medical bill increase in Ondo. Politicians, not herdsmen. Boko Haram, greatest threat to security. Okoje, it will be great miracle to pull through 2019 elections. Kuka, our Christian religious leaders talking there. Proposed APC NEC meeting sparks allegation of forgery. That's about it on the Vanguard.
All right, let's move to the Sun newspaper, Sun Daily now. Controversy trails $321 million Abacha loot. We've returned money to Buhari government. Swedes envoy saying that. Government is saying, no, we don't have such information. The federal government is saying that. So I wonder who...
This continues going on and on. Well, the only thing left for the Swiss government is to publish the details.
Exactly.
It's very simple. So we don't need to go through this. If you say you've released it, publish the details, publish the account where it was paid into and the rest of them. And could it have been sent without the federal government knowing who gave them account to pay the money into?
Who signed all of those?
Sign off on it and the rest of them. I don't think we should be able to kill ourselves with that.
I think at this age where we have all of this digital,
that's what I'm saying.
This should be happening in the 70s, in the 80s.
Transfer. I said something to you now. You just get the alert, pam, pam,
exactly.
and that's just it.
Because if you were in the 60s and 70s, where a whole file can be missing, you will say, okay, where's the evidence? But here we have...
Or mysteriously, a building housing the files will just get...
Exactly.
Except they're not saying that it's going to be cash. Are they bringing is it going to be cash? It's not supposed to be an ordinary transfer. And an account and
there are procedures for all of this.
So there's very simple procedures for that. Internationally known procedures.
That's all right. We have a picture of arms that have been recovered from those who have been bearing arms all the while illegally, and this is in Anambra State, in Awka. That's following the Inspector General of Police's directive that arms should be recovered from people. Now we have looters list. Wike accuses federal government of disrespect for rule of law, and 10 feared killed, scores injured in Benue. Again, 5 killed in Taraba. Robbers kill scores in Offa, bank attack, and the police recover arms in Anambra, Sokoto, Kano. And Sierra Leone opposition candidate wins and sworn in at a hotel.
Why a hotel?
That's
Why a hotel?
You remember the president of Gambia was sworn in another country.
Yes, yes. What is happening in Sierra Leone is just a reflection of what has been going on in the past 3-4 years across Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, even Liberia, and Sierra Leone, and the Gambia, and the rest of them. Wind of change, unlike before. Now opposition party candidates are winning election, just like it happened in the US and the rest of them. It's a good omen. There were attempts to manipulate the Sierra Leone election, but the people stuck to their gun that APC has to go, and APC has to go. The incumbent president wasn't too comfortable because he wanted his own candidate, which was, they had a rerun. Even that rerun, there was so many court injunctions to stop it, and the rest of them. So he was the delayed artist and the rest of them, but good enough. Whether the man was sworn in at the football pitch, or in a hotel, or in a guard room, the party and the man is the president. So the man, in the next few weeks, the president will just take his exit and the guy take over.
There were fears earlier that there might not be elections in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
And I had the opportunity of interviewing the president when he came to Nigeria at the time. And I put a question to him, Mr. President, will there be elections in 2020? I remember that question. And
he was dancing around it.
But he said there'll be elections. At the end of the day, he said there'll be elections. Now you're showing people that there'll be elections. That's it. All right, okay. That's
okay, so we go to the last paper this day. Major story. Jostling for APC chairmanship begins. Oyegun, Oshiomhole, Ebri emerged contenders. Governors Oyegun, Tinubu in battle of wits over convention lists. Getting hotter.
It's getting hotter.
Now we go to the top of the paper. Kachiku puts under recovery on petrol imports at 1.4 trillion naira. Stories like this really just doesn't cut it for Nigeria. Because at the end of the day, they will be afraid that, again, petrol price could rise.
It doesn't. It's possible. It has a possibility. And the question we've always been asking, what happened to our refineries? What happened to our people? Must we continue importing this stuff every year?
And that is why a lot of people are saying there are people who are benefiting from the refineries not working.
Yes,
because if we want to set up brand new refineries, world-class refineries, we would have done it long ago.
How long does it take?
Dangote started his refinery. Everybody's waiting for the almighty refinery of Dangote.
That's just an individual.
And that's just an individual. So are we saying that Dangote is bigger than the whole of
Richer than Nigeria is so terrible.
PDP seeks legislative action against the president for okaying $1 billion withdrawal from excess crude account. To come down here, Buhari, I have never showed religious bias. And then this interesting one, Brazil sends former president Lula to prison for corruption.
Yeah, we should start happening here. We should start happening here. If we have corrupt leaders that, even in South Korea, listen, don't forget, there's going to be South Korea former president today. That's going to be exactly. So if it's happening, we heard in South Africa that Zuma might also go into it. That is my problem with this current government. Or we just continue just passing the names, publishing all sorts of names and the rest of them. When are you going to pick up the mere arts If you say this man, under his government, so amount was, or you find something, then let us know, pick him up. If you can't do that, then all well and good. Let's just keep on.
And to even think of it, if you look at the reasons, Park Geun-hye of South Korea was impeached.
Yes.
You'd be like, it can't happen just for that sake. You're impeaching the president.
What of Brazil?
Just because you allow someone to interfere. Exactly. Dilma Rousseff, exactly.
Yes.
You allow somebody to have influence in the government, and then you're impeaching the president on that. Even in South Africa, it's the same thing.
South Africa.
Nigeria.
We have a long way to go.
Yeah. Yes. All right, Chris Kehinde-Nwandu, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
Right. Let's go on a break now, and when we come back, we'll be discussing our next topic, Leah Sharibu, the controversies around. We'll certainly have to let you know what's going on. Stay with us on the program.